What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture, mainly Star Wars, Transformers, Mcfarlane figures, anime, sprinkled in with a bunch of other stuff. So if you like that stuff, hit that like and subscribe button. It only helps the channel if you are subscribed. Thank you so much. Just a quick shout out to my member Wrathhound again. Thank you so much for all that you support. If you want to be a member, just take a look at my page, maybe drop a super thanks or something like that too. It only helps the channel. So today what we are going to be going over is in the world of My Hero Academia, and it's a new figure that just came out from a company called Anime Heroes, which makes affordable figures for everybody. And so we're going to take a look at Izuku Midoriya on this and see what I think about it, how it compares to other Anime Heroes figures, how it compares to other Mcfarlane figures of the My Hero things, and see what my thoughts are and if you should buy it. So let's do it. So here we have it, folks. Izuku Midoriya, if y'all don't know, aka Deku, from the anime and manga My Hero Academia. Do you pronounce it manga or manga? Hey, manga Italiano. But here it is. If you don't know what My Hero Academia is about, it is about a world full of people who have special abilities called quirks. Some of them are made to be superheroes that fight crime and injustice. Both bad guys and good guys can have quirks, but we follow the main character, Izuku Midoriya, who is born quirkless, and one day, if you haven't watched it, spoilers, inherits a quirk called One for All from All Might, and we go on to his journey on becoming what a true hero is all about. First of all, with this box, I love the colors. The colors pop. Like, if I saw this on a shelf, I would pick it up in a heartbeat. Other Anime Heroes boxes were like blue or light blue or purple, but this red really does stand out, and it looks really great. The artwork on it looks awesome. Love the pose. Now, there are 3 of them that they're releasing, All Might and Bakugo, which we will be having and reviewing as well, but we're going to be looking at Midoriya today. But the box is in really great shape. If you don't know much about Anime Heroes, they are a budget line from Bandai of figures that are posable, and have a good representation of the character. Now, they aren't as good as SHFiguarts, but they may be as good as Mcfarlane. So we're going to take a look and test that today as we look at this one. I do have a Mcfarlane Izuku Midoriya that we'll kind of compare it to. So let's first do this. Let's get it out of the box. And here is Lone Deku. As you can see, the leg pops off very easily, but we got him here. And a few things that you get in the box: you do get 4 extra hands. We pop these over up to the camera so you can kind of see those. There they are. So you do get those 4 extra hands, and then of course you get the man, the myth, the legend himself, and that is Deku. Let's bring him in a little bit closer so you can kind of get a better look at him. And so far, I really do enjoy the look. It does have that anime feel. The only thing I don't like is the glossiness of the face, which is typical for Anime Heroes figures, but I think he looks great. And they're made some improvements from their previous Anime Heroes figures, but let's take a look just a little bit closer, just kind of see, you can kind of see his head there. There's that outfit, the body, the green looks really great with the black and the oversized shoes and things like that. And then the hands here too as well. The overall, kind of from a height standpoint, let me straighten out his legs and see if I can get him standing. And there we are. He is standing tall. Let me pop the camera down just a hair so we can see that. So from a height standpoint, when we take a look at it from a ruler, we're looking at probably close to, he's about 5.5, close to 6 inches there from a height standpoint on that. So it's going to scale well with those 5.5, 6 inch figures. But that is him. I mean, he is, I think he looks awesome. I love the fact that this is loose. So that way you can kind of play with it, adjust it however you want to. I wish it can go over his head, but his little mask there is cool. I hope they release a Vigilante deku. That's one of my favorite forms of him. But this will do great. But let's take a look from an articulation standpoint. I mean, the head is on a ball joint, so it will go around and round. Arms are on a ball, and it has kind of a hinge, like a little butterfly effect there. You do have this twist here, and then you also have the twist at the arm here, and you have more than a 90-degree bend. And of course, his fingers come off. That's how easy these pop off. Let me grab that again. There we go. Clicks right back in. You do have, I mean, upward movement. You can go back, side. So you do have an ab crunch, which before on these figures that I didn't see that, but ever since Chainsaw Man, you do have an ab crunch, but he is kind of loose. You can kind of see that with my figure. Just a hair loosey-goosey there. And then can't quite do the splits, but you do have a kick forward, kick backwards, more than 90-degree bend, and you do have the ankle does rotate as well. So you can't do the Jean-Claude. He's not quite as flexible as I would want him to be, but you know. And then again, the leg does pop off very easily, and you gotta get that popped back in. And it's a booger bear at times to get that leg in there, because that joint just likes to just kind of move around. But there we go, got it back on. And then of course, if you want to change the hands, you just pull them off, and then you grab the hand that you want. Make sure you grab the right hand you want to put on. That's not it. Let's put on the right hand. And that should just snap. I said it should just snap right on, but I just dropped everything. Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. But yeah, just should snap on. And there we have this hand up. But you can have him kind of looking at that hand if you want to, doing some really cute things. But there he is. And so let's do this. Let's go ahead and compare him to some other figures. And I have those figures with me right now. And so if we want to look at another anime heroes figure, I have the Roanoa Zoro from One Piece. There is that one there. Very, very cool. So he would scale well. I mean, Deku is a small dude, so I'm hoping All Might is a lot bigger of a figure for the Anime Heroes line. And then let's bring in one of the Mcfarlane figures. This is the 5-inch Mcfarlane, and then I'm going to bring in the 7-inch Mcfarlane figure. So now, when you take a look at them, you're going to notice there is some differences. Now, the accurate, I do love, let me pull these in here. Oh, dropping stuff. His happy-go-lucky face. I like the angry face here, but the matte finish on this is really nice. From an articulation standpoint, you do have more articulation with the Mcfarlane figure, because you have the top ab crunch and then the bottom ab crunch right there, and then of course you have the toe that does pop up as well, and you do get the Jean-Claude out of the Mcfarlane figure. But this is stationary versus this moving around here. But not a bad figure here with the Anime Heroes. Now, the Mcfarlane figure, you're going to find, you know, retail was $25, maybe $22. This retail $22, so $22 each. How do they compare? I think the Mcfarlane figure edges it out, but where I think Anime Heroes edges it out is, I like the color of the face better than this one, and I like the seriousness in his face. This, he's like, hey, look at me. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy I got one for all. I want to be a hero someday. This one, he looks like he's ready to take care of business. So there. And then, of course, the 5-inch doesn't have a lot of articulation, so you're looking at a $10 figure here. All you got is arm movement and leg movement, and that is it. But look at that face, that angry face. That's the kind of face. I wish you had a face that would pop off, and I hope maybe we get down the road, like maybe SHFiguarts picks up the license for these figures and is able to make some really, really cool figures there. So we'll pop that back up there. There's those three right there, the three amigos. Let me pull in a couple other figures so that way you can see when we move these hands out of the way. And we will pop in a Cad Bane. How about that from Star Wars 6-inch? Boom. And then 3.75 inch Star Wars figure vintage. We got a Reva McIntyre. And then I got a deluxe class Jazz there, Transformers Legacy. And let's just, for good measure, let's bring Rono Azoro back in to say hey. I can get him to stand. There we are. So very cool. So that is them. That is they. My Rono Azoro is kind of falling apart. But let's get back together, talk through some of my final thoughts. Overall, love this figure. But let's talk about it in front of the camera. Back again for my final thoughts on the Izuku Midoriya Anime Heroes figure. Here he is. Beautiful, beautiful boy. Like, love the articulation. I don't like the fact he's a little bit loose. I mean, you get the waist rotation and everything like that, but he's a little loosey-goosey right there, so you can kind of see that. And then the legs, you don't quite get as much movement on that. But overall, I really love the feel. Wish the face wasn't as glossy, and I love the fact you get a couple extra hands to mess with. What would have made this even better is if you would have got a face or something like that you can change it out with. But when you compare it to the Mcfarlane figure, it's a toughie. I mean, it's kind of just a draw. This has a more cartoony look. This kind of like, you know, look here, like this is a little bit out of proportion, where this is a little long, right? But the details on the Mcfarlane figure are going to be a lot better, like especially look at the hood. You can kind of see the black here, whereas this is just kind of there. But if you're a modder, you can definitely mod that. The 5-inch figure, I mean, again, this has no articulation or anything. It's just a good, just little figure to have playing around, $10. But $21.99. I hope these come down in price because, I mean, these guys, they don't make anymore, but you can find them. I found this at a local little used toy store. He was brand new and I found him for $10. So overall bargain was, this was a bargain over this guy. But if this is all you can find, because this is a little harder to find, but this you can find starting to hit retail store shelves. I got mine off of Amazon, shipped out, but you can find it at most of your major retailers for that $21.99, maybe $19.99 at Target. I hope that sometimes they lower that price to that. I honestly think this is a figure that you should pick up because it's fun. If you're a My Hero Academia fan, I mean, start out with Deku. Got to have your little Deku action in your life. I hope they release other versions because we're not going to get that from Mcfarlane. I think Mcfarlane's kind of done with My Hero. Unless the new season gets released, maybe they decide to kind of get back into it. But I think right now they're a little bit done. Although I've got a bunch of those Mcfarlane figures that we'll review here later. Once the new season starts coming out, we'll kind of do some more My Hero Academia reviews. But if SHFiguarts comes out with a figure, that's the one I'm looking forward to because I just really love their craftsmanship. Figma also has some really great craftsmanship. SHFiguarts, I just have a man crush on those figures right now, and I've got a bunch of them to review for you all. But on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would say he is a good to pretty awesome. I think you won't be disappointed. Just mine's a little loose, so I'm gonna have to get a little floor polish or something like that to kind of tighten them up. But you do get some pretty good playability on that. So definitely check out Anime Heroes, My Hero Academia, Deku. Check it out. I think you will really enjoy it. One of my favorite characters from the show besides All Might, but Deku, really cool. Using All for One, learning how to use it, busting his body over it. And right now in the manga, there's some really serious stuff going on. So if you're not reading the manga, you can read that on Shonen Jump. You can watch My Hero on a lot of your streaming services. I believe Hulu, it might still be on Netflix. I know Crunchyroll still has it. So definitely catch up on it until the movie gets ready to come out, which it's supposed to come out sometime this year, I believe. But they're almost done with the manga and I'm getting sad. So hopefully we'll maybe get some side stories or something like that. But Vigilante Deku. I want a Vigilante Deku. Anime Heroes, SHFiguarts, Figma, whoever you are, whatever you got to do, get us a Vigilante Deku. All just trashed out looking, really gnarly, wicked, awesome, using his black whip, just kind of all these like tentacles all over and stuff. I think that would be awesome. So get that out there. But this is it. So tune in next time when we do talk about something good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. Detroit Smash!